Did you know that the phone in your pocket right now has millions of times more processing power than the computer that sent humans to the moon? The legendary Apollo guidance computer had only 4 kilobytes of memory, not even enough to store a single one of your selfies today. But this isn't just about the numbers. It is a testament to how radical the evolution of information technology has been in less than a single human lifetime. We have moved from rooms filled with giant machines that could only calculate orbits, to an era where that same power now fits in the palm of our hands. However, this immense power does not come without consequences. Technology that began as a tool for space navigation and wartime cryptography has now mutated into artificial intelligence that monitors our every move and controls global infrastructure. How did we get to this point? And what happens when the technology we consider a digital assistant begins to surpass the intelligence of its creators? Let's explore the secret history behind this information revolution. Welcome to Sacred Tech Insights. Birth from the battlefield. Many think information technology began in Silicon Valley, but in reality, it was baptized in the blood and secrets of the Second World War. In the 1940s, Germany possessed the Enigma, a cipher machine deemed impossible to crack. Every day they changed the machine's settings, generating millions of trillions of possible combinations. In a hidden location called Bletchley Park, a mathematician named Alan Turing realized something that would change the world forever. Humans are too slow to fight machines. We need a machine to fight another machine. This is the first essence of information technology, using hardware and algorithmic logic to process data at speeds that surpass the human brain. Turing and his team created the bomb, the precursor to the first digital computer. Their success in cracking the Enigma code is estimated to have shortened the war by 2 years and saved more than 14 million lives. This is where IT proved its true identity. Information is not just words. Information is a strategic weapon. Since then, the race has no longer been about who has the most bullets, but who can process information the fastest. And the foundation laid by Turing is the reason why today, data is considered the new oil in the global economy and military. After the war ended, information technology did not stop evolving. Enter the mainframe era, giant computers that could fill an entire apartment building, yet possessed processing power weaker than even your pocket calculator today. In this era, the computer was a symbol of absolute power. Only nations and the largest organizations could afford to own them. In the United States, the mainframe became the heart of NASA. This was the era where IT began to be used for calculations impossible for humans to perform manually, calculating rocket trajectories so they wouldn't miss the moon. Without these giant brains, the Apollo 11 mission would never have left Earth's atmosphere. But behind the curtain, the military used this power for colder purposes. Mainframes became the primary tools for nuclear war simulations and high-level encryption during the Cold War. It was no longer just about cracking enemy codes, but predicting the enemy's moves before they even made them. However, there was one major problem: accessibility. Information technology at that time was extremely exclusive and rigid. It took a team of specialized technicians just to execute a single command. The world needed something smaller, faster, and most importantly, something that could connect one giant to another. And that solution would be born from a secret Department of Defense project that would change the way humans communicate forever. At the height of Cold War tensions, the US Department of Defense faced one major fear. What if a single nuclear strike destroyed their primary communication hub? If one cable was cut, the entire military would be blinded. The solution was born from ARPA, an ambitious project to create a decentralized network, a digital spiderweb called ARPANET. This was the moment when the concept of packet switching was born. Instead of sending a message as a single unit, Information was broken down into small fragments that found their own path through the network. If one route was destroyed, the data would find another way. This is the true definition of information technology's resilience, a system designed to stay alive even in the midst of a nuclear apocalypse. In 1969, the first message was sent between two university laboratories. Even though the system crashed after only 2 letters were transmitted, the floodgates had opened. The protocols developed for the military, which we now know as TCP/IP, became the universal language that currently allows you to watch this video from anywhere in the world. Yet, at that time, the internet was still an exclusive club for scientists and generals. The world was still waiting for one more technological miracle so that the power of information could enter every home, every desk, and eventually, every hand. In the 1970s, an engineering miracle occurred. The entire power of the giant mainframes we discussed earlier was successfully miniaturized into a sliver of silicon the size of a fingernail, the microchip. This was the second Big Bang in IT history. Without this invention, computers would have remained giants imprisoned inside military buildings. Suddenly, the power to process information no longer required a national budget. Computers began appearing on desks, then in living rooms. For the first time in history, individuals had access to tools as powerful as those used by NASA a decade prior. The era of the personal computer, or PC, had arrived, and the world would never be the same again. Software became the new language. Spreadsheets, word processors, and databases transformed offices into digital data centers. Information technology was no longer about physical warfare. It was about efficiency, productivity, and creativity. We began migrating our entire collective memory, from paper into digital bits. However, as millions of PCs hummed to life around the world, a new challenge emerged. We had the tools, we had the data, but where were we supposed to store all of this exploding information? The answer to that question would take us to the skies, to a place we call the cloud. The cloud, AI, and the future of humanity. Entering the new millennium, IT evolved from mere physical memory into cloud computing, a global nervous system storing our entire civilization's collective memory in massive data centers. However, this information explosion surpassed human cognitive limits, forcing the birth of the artificial intelligence, AI, era. Unlike the Apollo computer, which only executed commands, AI learns and creates its own methods. It has transformed from a digital assistant into a strategic partner capable of detecting threats and designing the future. Today, power millions of times greater than the moon landing technology sits in your pocket. The question remains, will this power lead us to reach new stars, or will it entangle us in a digital web of our own making? This evolution has only just begun. Thank you for watching Sacred Tech Insights. In your opinion, will AI be our ultimate helper or our new ruler? Let us know in the comments below.